Hello and welcome to the What's New video for the new version 2.1 of Design Room 1 Sprint 2020-26. In the previous few releases, we've been adding authentication functionality bit by bit as an experimental feature. With this version 2.1, we declare authentication non-experimental. Let's quickly summarize what we have done so far. The Keycloak server was introduced to allow authentication and to authenticate from the modeling client and making it possible to manage access to the designs exported to the Design Room 1 server. We made it possible to import users from an existing LDAP into Keycloak. A major step was to introduce single sign-on with CLM using the JAS authorization server. We added a way to have multiple values of design names for read and write permissions. We enabled basic authentication from RPE for report generation. And we started to support authentication in the automated export setup. And finally, added authentication in Docker containers, which makes it possible to set up your Design Room 1 and Keycloak servers with just a few commands. In this version, there are some changes to the way authentication is configured. We no longer give the master realm admin client the longest possible token lifespan. And we don't need to export the keycloak.json file or copy the secret to the server config.json file. With the changes just mentioned, be aware that if you are upgrading from version 2.0 or earlier, and you've configured users and roles that you want to keep, please refer to the section Importing Previous Configuration in the Authentication Setup document. In previous versions, there were separate properties for the database's host, port, and name in the server config.json file. In this version, we use the drdb URL property, which allows to use authentication in the database. If you're upgrading from a previous version, this property needs to be updated. You can choose to continue using the old database properties, but then the drdb URL property must be deleted. With this release, we add support for CLM 6061. This means that the following CLM versions are currently supported. Besides the above highlighted improvements, there are a number of bug fixes and improvements. That was all for this time. For more information, please visit the DevOps community. Thank you for watching this video.